My hair extensions that I had before, you could easily reuse them. They're in such great I can't talk. This video is my hair extensions Q&A, and I've been given so many questions on all the different hair extensions that I've had in my hair, so I'm going to go ahead and try and answer as many questions as I can from the newest videos that I've had. So I might split this up into 2 different videos, only because I have a feeling that it's going to be a very long video and I don't really want you guys to sit through like 25 minutes or 30 minutes of a video, so I'll split it into 2 parts if it's really long. So in case you see that I'm looking down, I'm actually looking at my iPhone, and these have all of the questions on them from my videos. The first one's from Margot N, and she says, how many did you have to use, and also do you know of any inexpensive hair like this that is good quality? Now for the nano rings, the hair extensions that I got, they were absolutely amazing quality for the price. They were only about, I believe, £30 to £35, and this was for 100 grams of hair extensions, and these were really good quality and I just really liked them. They dyed very well. I dyed them quite a few different colours, and I think that they're really good for the price if you don't want to spend a lot of money on your hair extensions. And the amount that I used in my hair, I used probably about 85 to 90 in my hair. It's only because my hair's not really thick or anything like that, and I just managed to use all of those in my hair, and I still had a little bit of room left, but I didn't want to bombard my hair with so many different extensions in my hair. And the next question is from Michelle Warwick, and she says, hi, would you still recommend this seller? I'm trying to find some good micro ring or micro loop extensions and having a really hard time. Now I would only recommend this seller for the nano rings. At the moment I have micro ring hair extensions in my hair, and I got these from the same seller, and these I don't like as much. Pretty much the first 2 or 3 months of me having these in my hair, they smelt very strongly like fish. They are from China, but they are Indian hair, and they had a very strong scent to them, and the colour was very off as well. The seller sent me the wrong colour, and he tried to make it out as if he sent me the right colour that I ordered, but it was completely wrong. He basically sold me a bright ginger hair colour, and I asked for a medium to dark brown, so I didn't even get the correct colour that I wanted. But I do definitely recommend them for the nano rings. The nano rings were perfect, they were so good for the price, and I just think that they're great, especially if you only want to spend £30 on your hair. And the only thing that I do have to say about the hair extensions for the nano rings is that sometimes when you put them in your hair and you brush too hard, sometimes the actual keratin can come out, and so can the hair extension, and then you'll have this nano ring in your hair, and then you'll also have the little wire part to it as well, and that just sort of like gets stuck in your hair, and if you accidentally touch it you'll get pricked on your finger, and it's absolutely horrible. But I definitely recommend the seller for nano rings, just not eye tips, because I just don't like the way that the eye tips are. This question is from Samina Ramzan, and she says, do you find these nano rings or the micro rings more secure? I have micro rings in at the moment, but I want to try these nano ones. I have to say that I definitely prefer having the micro rings in my hair. The only problem, like with the nano rings, which is what I just said, is that the keratin can come out, and so can the hair extension, then you're left with these little bits of wire in your hair. And also I hated the nano rings. I really did not like the nano rings. Basically they were breaking off my hair as they were coming out, and that was really annoying to me, because with micro rings I've never ever had a problem with them, and it just felt like that when I put them in my hair, when I took them out, it pretty much cut my hair off at that point where the bead was on, and it's not a very good thing. So I've gone back to micro rings, and I really like the micro rings. They seem to fit my hair a lot better, and I seem to be able to cope with them a lot better as well, and I don't have as much matting as I did with the nano rings. Another question from Michelle Warwick, she says, do you know of any eye tips that you would recommend? Unfortunately I don't want to do the nano rings because they have really fine hair and they don't have the silicone on them, and that is correct. For the ones that I got, they didn't have the silicone on them. You can get nano rings with silicone, but it's very, very hard to find them, and I didn't like nano rings anyway, because they just pretty much come out of the wire in the hair, and then you get it stuck in your hair, and I really didn't like that thought of them. And it says, do you know of any eye tips that you would recommend? I definitely would recommend this website called hairplanet.com. I've heard that their hair is so good and it's really good quality. It's more expensive than the hair extensions I'm wearing at the moment. I believe that they retail for just under £20 to get 25 strands of the hair extensions, but I definitely prefer getting higher quality hair extensions, because then you won't get any fraying from them and you won't get any horrible smells like I had with these ones. I would also recommend yourhairshop.com, only because I've heard so many good things about them. I watched this woman called Gillian on her channel called Audaciously, and she said that she's been using the yourhairshop.com hair for about 7 years, and she said that it's amazing, it's such high quality. And also I like the fact that when she does her hair, she has the extended length silicone micro tubes instead of micro rings, and she says that it holds them on for a lot longer longer, and also the micro tubes are only a 2mm opening, whereas with a micro ring, the normal ones, you normally have 4 to 5mm. So I feel like those might look a lot better in your hair because they're going to be a lot smaller and you'll be able to fit a lot more in your hair as well. This next question is from Manny Peddy, and she says, hi again, you said you purchased your hair from AliExpress, which I tried, but it says it will not send to the UK. Please help, I really want to buy some after seeing your video, thanks. Now, my seller that I bought my nano rings from, he does actually send to the UK, and he does actually send worldwide. He told me himself when I questioned him about my hair extensions because I wanted them shipped to the UK, and on his page it says that he doesn't, but I can guarantee you that he ships worldwide and I haven't had to pay any extra money for customs or anything like that. This next question is from Patricia Anderson. She says, how long did they last? I'm so iffy about buying hair because I'm a redhead, it's hard to match the colours. I know exactly what you mean with the red hair, because with people that have naturally red hair, there are so many different tones that you can get for that hair, so normally lots of places don't actually do red hair extensions. The good thing about these is that you can also dye them, so if you do have red hair and you manage to find a hair dye that matches your hair, you can dye them. And also she asked how long did they last, and these actually lasted me about 4 to 5 months in my hair. I believe it was 5 months I had the nano rings in my hair for, and they were still really good quality after I took them out, which was really good. As well as it didn't cost me a lot of money and they lasted 5 months. I feel like that was really good. They even got quite dry when I went to Florida in the February of this year, but they managed to get a lot more moisture back into them when I got home to the UK, and I put loads of different conditioners and loads of different hair masks on the hair, and it just worked really well, and they did get back to normal and how they were when I first started wearing them. This next question is from Elia Blasio, I think. I'm sorry if I say your name wrong. And she says, so I have naturally curly wavy hair. Do you think I would be able to have micro nano rings? Now, you would be able to have these in your hair, you just have to make sure that you get the wavy ones. I've noticed that a lot of places on AliExpress, when they do the nano rings and also the micro rings, they do 3 different types of hair extension that you can use. So they normally have the straight, and then they also have the wavy, and then normally they have the body wave, or they have the tight afro curl. So I believe that they have loads of different types of hair extensions for whichever type of hair that you have, which is good. So make sure that you check out AliExpress because they have so many different textures that you can have for your hair. Lalin Joyce says, how many strands did you use on this? And like I said earlier in the video, I did use 85 to 90 grams in my hair. And for the next question, Janine says, what brand of hair extensions did you use and where did you buy them? The type of hair extensions that I used were Indian 100% human hair rummy hair, and these were in the nano rings, and these are from AliExpress, and I'll link the seller down below. Like I said, I do like the nano rings from them, but I don't like the eye tips. And Canetti says, hello, how are these nano rings lasting you as of now? I am really wanting to buy new ones you got and just want to make sure that it's still doing well. Also, is the installation process easy to pick up even for first timers? Thanks. Now, like I said earlier, these hair extensions lasted me about 4 to 5 months and they were really good, but I just decided to do a different technique because I didn't really like the nano rings. And this process is super easy to do. It might take you a long time the first few times that you do it, but you do get the hang of it. It is very easy to pick up. It's a very easy process to do. I have my videos on how to install them and I show you close up how to install them, and they're just really easy to do. And to install the nano rings and also the micro rings, it's exactly the same process, only you have a more bigger bead for the micro rings and a smaller bead for the nano rings. For the next question, Jem asks, hi, I wanted to know if the seller you get your nano hair extensions sells 26-inch hair. My hair is very long and I want to add highlights and volume, and I love your videos. So thank you very much for loving my videos. I'm really glad that people are really liking them and I am helping out with them. And I don't know if the seller does sell 26-inch hair extensions. I believe that the majority of sellers on AliExpress actually do go up to about 28 to 30 inches for hair extensions, so normally they have loads of different ones. I believe my seller might go up to 26 at the most, but I don't know if that's the nano rings or if it's the eye tips, but they do go very long. And just make sure that you check out AliExpress. I'll link all of the links down below just so you can check them all out. Kit Kat says, can you dye them once they're already in your hair? Now, you can definitely dye these when you're in your hair. I have dyed my hair wearing nano rings and also micro rings in my hair, and they don't tend to slip but the only thing is I only do my roots when I have these in my hair because my roots come through very, very quickly and my roots are lighter than my hair colour that's dyed. Mrs. Amazing01 says, what shampoo and conditioner did you use after you dyed them? Normally I use any sulfate free or silicone free shampoo, and this is because all of the sulfates tend to make your hair go a lot more greasier, and also so does the silicone. If you have it with no sulfate and no silicone, it makes it so your hair extensions don't fall out a lot easier, they don't slip down your hair. And also I use a conditioner for dry hair which works really well. I'll link down below in the info box my video on all of the products that I use to make sure that my hair extensions are really good and really nice and last a really long time. This next question is also from N Canetti, and she says, so I'm trying to work out how many strands I need. I checked out the link you sent me and I was wondering if they arrived in the post. They were in 2 packs of 50. I looked at the seller's pictures and it looks like there is 50 per bunch, but they still look so thick, which is great. Now the seller that I bought from, you get 100 strands of 1 gram hair extensions, and this is 100 grams and they will not split them into 50s. You can't get 2 different colours. If you want 2 different colours, you're going to have to buy 2 packs, and I feel like that £60 for 2 packs of hair extensions isn't too bad, because when you think that you're going to have loads of them in your hair and you have loads left over as well if any fall out or if you want extra thickness, I feel like that's really a good thing. And also if you went to a salon it will cost you a lot more than that, so you will still be saving a lot of money. And also I was wondering if they arrived in the post. They do arrive in the post. Mine took about a week and a half to come from China, which is really good. This next question is from Patricia Anderson, and she says, are you going to be putting in micro links anytime soon, and how bad does the hair shed? I just put micro rings in for the first time and the hair sheds really bad. Now the hair that I have had for my micro rings that I'm wearing at the moment, they haven't shed very much at all. I get minimal shedding. They're very high quality for the price that I pay for them. It's really good, especially if you're just starting out using hair extensions. And I will do another video of me putting in the micro ring extensions next time that I do them, which will be in the next few weeks. So I'll do another video on those. I did a video of this time that I put the hair extensions in my hair and it just didn't look good. You couldn't really see because I did it late at night and then all the lighting was off, and then you couldn't really see them because my hair's dark and because the lighting was dark. You just really couldn't see anything. So next time, which will probably be in the next few weeks, I'll upload a video of me putting in my new micro ring hair extensions. The next question is from Belita, and she says, can you use the extensions again after removing them, like use them several times? The hair extensions that I had last time in my hair, they did last a long time, and also there was such great quality that I could have reused them, but I decided not to do nano rings anymore. That's the only reason why I didn't reuse them. But normally with hair extensions you can reuse them twice, which is really good, and these ones that I bought you could. Next question is from Easy Wigs, and they put, it's really pretty on you and your makeup is gorgeous. Thank you very much for that. Thanks for sharing. Have you had any excess shed or tangle so far? These don't really tangle because they are Remy Human hair. Normally I just brush my hair twice a day, once before I go to bed and also once when I wake up, and the shedding is very, very minimal, and I've had absolutely no tangles either. Next question is from Ashley. She says, my friend has just recommended checking out these nano rings out. Would you recommend putting them in yourself or going to a salon? Could you do a video on how to put them in? I have already done a video on how to put the hair extensions in, and I'll link that down below for you. And would you recommend going to a salon or putting them in yourself? Now I put mine in myself and I have had absolutely no problems. I recommend whichever is best for you. If you feel like you're going to be really good at doing these hair extensions, then obviously I say go for it, try it out in your hair. But if you're really unsure, I'd say go to a salon and get them done, because obviously I don't want you to wreck your hair from doing these hair extensions. Just choose whichever is best for you, but they are really easy to do for yourself. And if you check loads of different hair extension videos, you can learn very easily how to do them, which is how I did. Sherelle Tinney says, how did you pick the colour from the site? Did you pick after payment? Now I basically looked at all of the colours and I chose which one was the closest to my hair colour, or the one that I wanted to dye my hair. And basically what you do, you pay for the hair extensions, you could buy it now, and then when it says for the message, you put down which colour you want, which texture you want and which length you want, and then the seller sorts it out there. Or you can send them a message and tell them what you want, because they can see your username and then they can match it all up, and then it's really easy there, and that's how I did it. Becky Hamilton says, hi Chloe, I've always worn clip-in, flip-in hair extensions, and I really just want more permanent set of hair extensions now. I'm trying to make the decision of which type to choose and which will be safest for my hair. I will get them done professionally rather than do them myself. I've heard that tape and extensions are safe for your hair and seamless but harder to maintain and easier to become tangled. They're also more expensive. I am thinking maybe going for nano or micro ring extensions. I have quite fine hair that is damaged pretty easily, so I definitely want to go for the safest option. If you could offer some advice, that would be amazing. Thank you. Now, I did not like tape and hair extensions. I've done a review on my tape and hair extensions. I was left with bald patches from these hair extensions, and I don't recommend them to anyone because I had such a bad experience with them. I do really like micro ring hair extensions. If you have fragile hair, definitely go for the hair extensions. If you want to have permanent hair extensions, definitely go for them. And make sure that you only get 0.5 gram strands, because if you have very thin hair, it will easily be pulled out if you have thicker hair extensions. And if you have thinner ones, it's a lot easier to blend as well. Fia PL says, where did you buy them from? And I've put the link in the description box. It's from AliExpress. Kelly Spam Pinato, I think it is, says, hi, how many strands would you need for a full head? Now, this always depends on how thick your hair is and how much hair you have. And I would say that for my hair, I had to buy 100 grams of hair extensions only because then I was safe. Then I made sure that I had loads of these hair extensions in my hair. If you have thin hair, you'll only need between 85 and 100 grams in your hair. If you have medium hair, you're going to need between 100 to 150 grams in your hair. And if you have very thick hair, you're going to need 150 to 250 grams in your hair. Make sure that you buy over the amount that you're going to need. That's only because if you don't have enough, you could have half of your hair not done and then it will look really weird. Make sure that you overbuy them, because it's better to have more hair extensions left over than it is to have none left over and not enough in your hair.